Borough Police Chief Justin Schawl is with us here this morning on Indiana in the Morning. Our conversation is brought to you by Marcus & Mack, voted best personal injury law firm in the Best of Indiana County contest. Marcus & Mack, a law firm representing injured people. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
It's good to have you with us here this morning. It is mornings turn busy, and sometimes you don't know they're gonna. And in your case, you've got a bunch of people coming to visit today, right?
We do. At the police department, in conjunction with our district attorney's office and the Indiana Armstrong Drug and Alcohol Commission, are hosting the attorney general and representatives from St. Joseph's University today to talk about a law enforcement treatment initiative. And so we have approximately 50 partners from Indiana County community, police, medical staff, drug and alcohol commission. So we're having a large gathering at the police department this morning for a few hours, but great information, a great program, and everyone's going to be learning more about that program, I believe, tomorrow directly from the district attorney and the attorney general.
Yeah. You're jamming everybody into the building today?
Well, we are. Council chambers is set up, and so we have a large enough building to accommodate.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, that's a good thing. And that sort of cooperation between multiple agencies is necessary in today's environment, isn't it?
Well, it is. Our environment is so predictable, or so unpredictable, and also there's such a wide array of things that every call for service, that every contact requires, that we're all better together. I've said that many times, and I'll continue to say it. We need, and Indiana County deserves an approach that's all-encompassing. And I'm proud to be part of an all-encompassing approach because Indiana County does a lot of things really well because we have a lot of really committed partners and great people at the helm of a lot of important agencies.
We had the district attorney in with us last week, as a matter of fact, talking about a number of different things. When it comes to drug trafficking, probably, this is just me saying this, there is more interagency communication involved, I would guess, with drug trafficking than there is probably any other crime.
Well, I'll tell you, there's a lot of information sharing that's required.
Yeah.
And it's not exclusive to drug trafficking, but that's a great example of information sharing because sources of information come from the community, come from probation, come from folks that are encountered by different agencies, different police departments. And then there's a very coordinated effort, both in front of the scenes and behind the scenes, to curtail as best that everyone can in Indiana County the drug trade and drug trafficking. So it's a coordinated effort. It absolutely has to be because partners have different tools. And the more tools that we have at our disposal at any one agency, the better we are. And sometimes it's not as important what you specifically know, but who you know who can help you with specific issues. So we all have specialties. We all have great people on staff. We all have, when we come together, we're force multipliers for each other. And it's extremely important.
As someone who is outside looking in at all of this, and we get the drug crime reports and things of that nature, and those give us an idea of what's going on out there, but yeah, you're inside of it. A couple of years ago, all we heard about was methamphetamine and one-pot labs and those sorts of things. And then it became heroin mixed with fentanyl, and it seems to bounce trend-wise from topic to topic to topic. It's always active, we know, but it really does flow at you, doesn't it?
It does flow at us. And to bolster your point, when I began my law enforcement career in the very early 2000s, marijuana was the most prevalent and we're very aggressively pursuing marijuana-related offenses, and then we've just seems to be progression. Marijuana, cocaine, powder cocaine, crack cocaine, methamphetamine, heroin, now fentanyl. And I don't know where the end is, but I know this: we haven't stopped fighting, and we're not going to stop fighting because the lives of our community members are too important for us to stop fighting. But what we do need to do in Indiana County, and what we are doing, is finding more resources. The problems that we're having are both traditional and non-traditional, and I've said this before too, but we need to have non-traditional approaches to non-traditional problems because our traditional approaches, it's not one size fits all. There are a lot of things that we need to do, a lot of things that we need to do better, and we're proud to say we need to do things better because in saying that, we're seeking it. So we're seeking best approaches, best resources, and Indiana County residents, Indiana Borough residents can be proud and certain that your law enforcement is seeking the best tools along with all of our partners in the county to make an impact in whatever drug or all drugs, but whichever drug seems to be the most dangerous at the time, will be most aggressive in that area.
We're in the height of summer now. It is July, and June just flew right by. July is doing the same darn thing, and it won't be long before we're welcoming folks back to campus, and the nature of the job, if you will change a little bit. But here in these summer months, I guess the temptation is to say, how's it going? Because it does take on a different character in the summer, doesn't it?
Town does. Town has a different character in the summer than it does in the fall and the spring. But, it's no less active, which is important. As a matter of fact, I think that town may be more active in the summer because we have a lot of special events. We have a lot of reasons for folks to come downtown and a lot of planning involved. So perhaps we're not as engaging in an emergency fashion as we are during the school year, just because some of our calls are more priority with more population in town. But we're no less active. We're no less busy. We're always very proud of our special events. We do those well. I think that people are very satisfied in the community coming downtown and enjoying our businesses, our restaurants, our special events. And again, so we're active, but summer gives us a chance to perhaps be a little more focused on planning, on public safety strategy for the coming year. But certainly, all of our police officers, they have families. They have vacation time that they like to take. They need time off for mental health. All of us do. We have to reset.
Sure.
And so we're always doing, feels like, more with less. But we're certainly not doing less.
I know that when school season is in, both at IUP and with the local school district, that you always are concerned with what's going on in all of the different buildings and all of the different locations where you find students, and that requires a certain amount of coordination. And so I'm assuming that over these summer months that you're in touch with and that you're strategizing with IUP Campus Police, that you are also looking at new ways to approach things at the junior high and the elementary schools and the senior high. All of those things have to be, they don't just occur when an emergency happens. You have to train for them and plan for them.
That's right. I don't think that there's any more important topic than student safety. And that's student safety at our universities, student safety at our schools. We are walking alongside our Indiana Area School District, and we've always been walking alongside IUP, but our school district as a whole, we're training, we're planning, we're in constant contact with school administration, we're present at sporting events, and this is something that our community should expect of us. We are there to protect, we are there to serve, we are there to provide the highest quality service that we can, whatever the need is. But, nothing happens. Really, everything is coordinated, and everything is strategic because it needs to be. We may not know exactly what call we're going to respond to in the next 5 or 10 minutes, but we certainly have a strategy for getting there safely, making the scene safe, and exiting with as least amount of negative impact as possible. And that's across the board. Every time you see a police car driving somewhere, we have a strategy to keep us safe, to keep you safe. And so it can be ever changing, though. We're always adapting to new environment, but school safety, one of the number one priorities that we are handling at the borough, and proud to do so because we have great partners at all of our schools, IUP included.
I want to talk for a moment about when we think about cooperating agencies, when there is a fire call in Indiana Borough and police are asked to respond, whether it's an accident, which has a different character from, say, a house fire. But when you're dealing with Indiana Fire Association, making sure traffic lanes are clear, doing what you can to assist here and there, that sort of coordination requires a certain amount of training as well, doesn't it? It
does, and we are training. We've started a more robust training program with our partners at the Fire Association and also Citizens Ambulance Service. Mayor Simmons has been a great ally to first responders in Indiana. And he has a wealth of knowledge not only in the fire arena, but also in Citizens Ambulance and now with the police department. So he's been the catalyst for many, many good things that are happening, coordinated approach with public safety and with our first responders. And I will tell you that IFA is comprised of great human beings who are not only skilled but willing to help at their own family's expense, as are Citizens Ambulance, and of course as are the police department. But as the police department in situations keeps Indiana Fire Association and Citizens Ambulance Service safe as they're performing their functions. Make no mistake that we at the police department are kept safer, certainly, by our partners at Citizens Ambulance and IFA.
Yeah.
So it's not just one agency that can do everything. We're all bolstered and better with each other. And Indiana County and Indiana Borough, White Township, you have some of the finest people in the state of Pennsylvania.
Yeah. I wanted to finally wrap up this morning by talking about the opportunities that you have to get before the public. And we think most of all of the folks at the Aging Services Senior Center. Obviously, you have the opportunity to visit with folks there and talk about the various things that concern them, home security, scam alerts, and things of that nature. Do you get opportunities to visit with other groups or organizations and talk about what police can do or how police can help to relate to them?
We do, and not only do we go out into the community, but we invite the community in. We like station tours. We host Boy Scout groups, Girl Scouts, community groups that want to know more about law enforcement. We visit our schools, not only the high school or Indiana School District, but certainly our pre-K programs, some of our preschools. We'll speak anywhere, and we're happy to do so because, again, it plugs in and because relationships are very important. And also, August 1st, we're hosting National Night Out again in Indiana Borough. So police from Indiana Borough, State Police, IUP Police, Sheriff's Department, our partners at the Game Commission. There are too many partners to list, but we will all be engaging with the public and inviting the public downtown on Tuesday, August 1st from 5 to 7 p.m. And I can't thank Detective Andrew Perry enough on behalf of the Indiana Borough Police Department for his continued efforts in organizing that event. It gives our community a chance to engage. It gives us an opportunity to share our stories, our hiring needs, our equipment, our mission with the public in a way that is not threatening or could be perceived threatening or, when we're answering calls for service, that obviously dominates the time. But this is going to be an approach, and it's been very successful in the past few years. So I invite everybody downtown August 1st to meet all of our partners, police, fire, EMS, and more.
Beautiful. That's a great way to end this segment.
Thank you.
Appreciate that. August 1st. Maybe we'll get you in here before then to talk about it.
That would be great.
All right. He's Indiana Borough Police Chief Justin Schawl with us this morning here on the Voice of Indiana County, WCCS, 101.1 FM, AM 1160, and WCCSradio.com. Fox News is coming up next at the top of the hour, and then it is a visit from our WCCS newsroom with Josh Widdison here on WCCS. It's a minute and a half away from the top of the hour.
Celebrate the Indiana Theater's 99th birthday, Sunday, July 16th. Starting at 5 under the bright lights of the marquee, celebrate the Indiana Theater's birthday with a 5 p.m. cocktail hour, followed by 1920s-inspired performances at 6 and the movie Chicago at 7:30. Tickets are